Alrighty, folks, it's that time of year again. Justin Trudeau is after your guns. The big, bad assault-style weapons that you can apparently buy in Canada, which, if you look up the definition of what an assault-style weapon is, you cannot buy them in Canada. But for some reason, those exact words come out of our own Prime Minister's mouth with zero accountability and zero repercussions for, what's that word that they like to use? Miss and dis mother effing information. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, everybody. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage you guys to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. It does really help grow the channel. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this clip with as much anger and furious emotions as I probably have. We could enjoy and share this together because it's so frustrating that Trudeau is fear-mongering. Quite literally, this isn't some conspiracy. This isn't a tinfoil hat thing. This isn't clickbait. It's none of that stuff. Justin Trudeau is literally spewing bad mis and disinformation out of his mouth. He's just regurgitating things that are not real on a national platform. It's just disingenuous, and Pierre is there to put him in his place. I think you're going to enjoy this clip. Here we go.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. After 9 years of this Prime Minister and the Bloc Québécois, Canadians are exhausted. They don't have any money left in their pockets, and many are hungry. They need vacations, but it's too expensive. The Prime Minister has doubled the national debt. That has increased the price of everything. Interest rates have gone up as well. So that's why the Conservatives, the common sense Conservatives, are proposing a vacation on gas and diesel taxes to allow Quebecers to have a break. Will the Prime Minister have the common sense to accept this great idea? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, Quebecers know too well what happens when the Conservatives bring in austerity measures when it comes to affordability and the cost of living. That's why we will continue to invest in families. We will continue to be there to help seniors. We will continue to be there to help children with a school food program. We are going to be there to create more daycare spaces. All of these are proposals that the Conservatives have voted against. They will cut in social programs, cut social services, cut help for families, because of
dude, translator,
Quebecers and Canadians. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
The NDP Liberal Prime Minister has implemented a wacko and radical drug decriminalization and handout program. He's literally handed out tax-funded opioids. The result has been tragic, nearly tripling in the number of overdose deaths. And where the policy has been most deeply implemented, in BC, a 300% increase in overdose deaths. Prime Minister did a last-minute reversal on decriminalization in that province, only to vote back in favor of decriminalization yesterday. Isn't it his plan to decriminalize across Canada if he's re-elected?
Wow.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the fact is we will continue to be there responsibly on a science-based, evidence-based approach that works with jurisdictions on the tools they need to counter the growing opioid and toxic drug epidemic. I understand the ideological desire by Conservatives to simply look at every problem as if it's a nail because all they have is a hammer. We're going to continue to be there, investing in community supports. We're going to be
weird comment.
To work with jurisdictions who want to help people struggling with addictions, and we will continue to be there to ground in science and evidence.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Imagine you're a young couple in a hospital welcoming your newborn into the world, and all of a sudden you smell meth or crack smoke coming down the hallway. That was the reality up until just a few weeks ago in British Columbia, when because the Prime Minister and the NDP had decriminalized crack. And if those parents had asked the nurse to stop it, they would have said, no, that can't happen. These drug uses are now legal. We're introducing the Safe Hospitals Act to ban all hard drugs from hospitals. Will the Prime Minister support it? Yes or no?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, to be clear, those things are already illegal in hospitals. We know that nurses and hospital staff need to feel safe in their work environment, and it's our government that has invested billions of dollars into the healthcare system to ensure Canadians have access to the best care possible, and support goes to our frontline health workers. The important difference between the Conservative Party and us is that while they look to criminalize the most vulnerable struggling with addictions, we are rolling up our sleeves and working with all levels of government to put an end to this crisis and help these most vulnerable Canadians.
After 9 years of this NDP Liberal Prime Minister's wacko crime policies, extortions are up 218% nationally, 263% in Ontario, and roughly the same in Alberta, and roughly 400% in British Columbia. The Prime Minister passed a law that would allow extortionists out of jail faster after they've used a gun. Will he reverse himself and support my common sense Conservative Deputy Leader's bill to crack down on extortionists and put them in behind bars to stop the crime?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the problem with the Conservative leader's approach on crime is it consistently gets struck down by the courts. That's what we saw through 8 years of Stephen Harper, which actually led Canadians worse off than before. The reality is, Mr. Speaker, our approach on cracking down on criminals while at the same time making sure our communities are safer by strengthening the gun laws that Conservatives are continually voting against in the pocket of the gun lobby is not keeping Canadians safe. That's why we worked with the provinces on bail reforms that are going to make sure we're keeping Canadians safe while making sure we're charter compliant.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister was not forced by the courts to allow career car thefts to do their sentences in their living rooms, playing Grand Theft Auto. He chose to do that through his bill C5. He chose to bring in catch and release bail through C75. He chose to pass a law allowing Paul Bernardo out of Max Penn. Mr. Speaker, now we can make another choice. Instead of trying to ban Grandpa Joe's hunting rifle, will he put extortionists who use machine guns in jail?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition has continually pledged to make assault-style weapons legal again. We have banned them for the past 5 years.
You can't buy assault-style weapons
to make sure that they stay banned in this country, while the Leader of the Opposition wants to bring back assault-style weapons to our communities and to Canadians from coast to coast to coast. That's not how to keep this community safer. On top of that, Mr. Speaker, in the name of protecting Canadians from crime, he's willing to suspend their fundamental freedoms by using the notwithstanding clause to override the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That's not responsible, and it makes you wonder what other rights is he going to come after on Canadians.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, military-style assault rifles have been banned since the 70s.
There you go. There you go.
He held a press conference with a big, scary gun on the front of his podium 4 years ago, and still hasn't been able to figure out how to ban that scary-looking cartoon gun with 1,500 guns under amnesty to this day. And he says he won't be able to figure out how to do it for at least another 3 years. So, will the Prime Minister stop his made-in-Hollywood approach to crime and actually lock up the hard criminals so that we can stop the crime?
Let's go, man! Pierre is a gun advocate. Common sense, bro.
Past 4 years, it has been illegal.
Drop some W's in the chat, everyone.
Buy, sell, or use assault-style weapons in this country, and that is exactly.
You cannot buy assault-style guns in Canada. They're not on the market.
To government in this country. The reality is he wants to bring back assault-style weapons in this country after we banned them back in 2000. We're going to continue to be there to make sure Canadians are safe while he stays in the pocket of the gun lobby. That's not what Canadians want. That's not even what conservative Canadians want.
He's so dumb.
Do it anyway.
He just said that they're banned. But then previously he said that
Mr. Speaker,
they're on the streets. It doesn't make any sense. That, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone between, is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. On your way out, I would like to encourage you guys one last time to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet already, and let me know down below in the comments what your favorite part of this clip was. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.